King Charles looked concerned after a royal fan fainted in blistering heat at a royal engagement in Yorkshire. As temperatures soared to 30°C in Britain's heatwave, it all proved too hot and humid for one royal fan who appeared to faint in the crowd in front of His Majesty during King Charles's meet and greet during the centre of Pickering, North Yorkshire. As King Charles was greeted by hundreds of well-wishers on his extended walkabout, a woman fell through the barrier just a couple of meters away from where he was talking to spectators. The king turned and looked concerned for a moment as one of his Scotland Yard protection officers and his equerry moved to help her before a number of North Yorkshire police officers stepped in. After the police officers assisted, the monarch continued to chat with the hundreds of people who had gathered on both sides of Pickering's sweltering marketplace. The king worked his way up the hill, chatting to residents and visiting local shops such as a family butcher's and Birdgate chocolatiers, where he asked for Kendal mint cake, which he said he remembered from expeditions when he was young. Britain has been facing a heatwave as the nation continues to brace for a possible repeat of last year's heatwave as temperatures soar above 30°C for the first time this year. The Met Office has issued tips on keeping cool in the hot weather and keeping hydrated to aid the health of the public, especially if venturing outdoors. During a visit celebrating the 100th anniversary of the world's most famous locomotive, the Flying Scotsman, King Charles boarded the footplate of the engine to see how the train worked after pulling into Pickering, North Yorkshire. The 74-year-old monarch travelled on the scenic North Yorkshire Moors Railway from Gromont into the town to celebrate both the locomotive's centenary and the 18-mile Heritage Line's 50th anniversary. Driver Chris Cubitt showed him around the cab and afterwards after inviting him. King Charles also visited St. Peter and St. Paul's Church, which is renowned locally for its medieval wall paintings, and he was also given a guided tour by Dr. Kate Giles, co-director of the Centre for the Study of Christianity and Culture and senior lecturer at the University of York. Throughout the day, many spectators, visitors, and well-wishers braved the heat to talk to His Majesty. King Charles also chatted to the bell ringers who had provided a musical backdrop to his visit. As he signed the visitor's book, the king was told by the Reverend Gareth Atha that Queen Mary had visited the church in 1937. The monarch's visit was part of a program of events to celebrate 100 years since the train entered service and 50 years of the North Yorkshire Moors Railway.